Tell us, if you can hear me very well now, we were talking about the issue of the funding of the military, and you're telling us what exactly it means and the implication of an underfunded military.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, what I was saying, in as much as we concede to them that they just left the scene, they were there. Maybe the time differ from where we were there. But it's saying one general principle. You can't say the military is underfunded and you were there for quite a length of time. We're not talking of electionary campaign now. We're talking of reality. If you are fighting a war that has stretched over 6 years, you know that either you were using a wrong weaponry, or you don't even within match the situation with the choice of weapon. Number one, you do not fight urban guerrilla with jet aircraft. When I heard that Alpha Jet was being deployed to fight Boko Haram in Maiduguri, I was wondering whether we're fighting a modern, well-formed army, not just an urban guerrillas that comes in and go. When you want to fight such a war, you use correct weapons. In Air Force perspective, you use helicopter gunship. And this thing should have been, we never heard that they were looking for helicopter gunship until the last minute when things were, getting out of hand. You have used that one and pursued these people to wherever they come from, they hit and run away. And I think we wouldn't have been in the situation we are now. We wouldn't be asking for helicopter from the U.S. just last year. It would have been about 3-4 years back. We would have had this helicopter and would have been using. That is my own view. So when we now realize that that is what we needed, then it means the appreciation of the situation, of the war situation, was not properly done. Analysis was not properly carried out. We were looking at these things as if we're fighting a conventional warfare. It's more to it than a conventional warfare. It's a ragtag army you were fighting. Well-organized ragtag army. They hit and run. They hit and run. They hit you where you least expected. So what you do with that type of force, you use a helicopter, ground troops. Those are the things. But when you start talking of one sophisticated, even me, Mark, one above aircraft thing, it's street fight. So that is my own take. So if we'll now start talking about Nigerian Air Force of modern days. From 1991 to this day, we didn't have a helicopter. And we pride ourselves that we are a well-organized, well-equipped Air Force. We have been distributing the public.
Are you saying that some of the funds that were provided for the defense or the military were probably misdirected?
Yes. You see, every year there is a defense budget. We all know about it. There's a budget that must be passed every year, and that budget includes capital and recurrent. So, where did the capital fund go for? Recurrent, we keep the soldiers pay, emolument, allowances, training, those are the. But the capital expenditure goes for hardware. For this period of, say, let's put it together, 6 years, I want to be conservative. Where did that money go to? That's the question.
Interesting.
Or
Quickly.
There was no capital expenditure for the military for the past 6 years? That is the question somebody must answer. Very simple. If there is capital expenditure for the military, then there must be hardware purchased or directed. But if there was... Yes?
All right. Sorry to cut you in. It just brought to my mind the fact that we understand that some soldiers were being questioned about their loyalty and they are being court-martialed. Does it connect the dots now that if soldiers are not well equipped, they might revolt in this kind of sense that we've seen in the past?
Yeah, that's left for the military really to decide. But when the loyalty of a soldier question, then continuity of that soldier or the loyalty of that soldier is no longer guaranteed. The best thing to do, he goes. But before you get there, before soldiers get disgruntled, before they get disillusioned, which is a very, very bad thing to do, it means the salary not being paid, uniform not provided, that is if they are correct, and whatever they need to prosecute any war. You have somebody to go and fight a war, and the guy is going to meet. You must have a superior weapon, and your weapon of choice must be more superior to whoever your enemy is. You have to overwhelm and overtake the enemy. So if your weapon is not superior, then you start doubting. And when the soldier starts doubting his own capability and his own integrity and source of strength, that is where the problem comes. That is where you now start talking of mutiny or something like that, or what is the reading. Some of them were quite embarrassing. Soldiers now attacking their commander. That is the beginning of the end that we started having. Soldiers attacking their own commander. And the commander is supposed to be giving instructions right from there on that standpoint that whatever he gives, he gives order, and orders are not to be discussed. That is what we understood there. You don't discuss orders. Carry it out. But when soldiers start querying you, then you are not giving them cutlass, for example, to go and fight somebody with a self-loading rifle. There's something there, something that needs to be
just
clear.
a moment. Let's put some perspective for a moment into some of these issues. Let's look at, because I have Mr. Rewane here. Just hang on, Group Captain Obakpolor, because we'll come back to you just in a moment. Let me bring Mr. Rewane into this matter now, because we need to make sense of the details of the funds that are being provided. The slides will come right in front of your screen now, to give us details of the security vote, how much exactly have been spent, the total security expenditure. All right, very well. That's exactly what we're talking about there. The security vote, which has been growing for at 19.78% per annum, and total security expenditure is put at 25% of the nation's budget, and insurgency is partly responsible for the slow GDP growth and increased unemployment rate. Tell us, just break down these for us.
Cumulatively since 2008, we spent about 4.5 trillion naira on defense. Has it been spent? Has it been diverted? Has it been wasted? So a combination of three things: inefficiency, corruption, and then diversion. And the result is that dismotivated troops, the logistics suffering, and in some cases, troops have been actually seen to be selling their own arms to the opponents. This is what is being discussed at this point in time. And it's important to say that if you've spent cumulatively 4.5 trillion, and 4 billion naira is all that the new regime has put in, and it has had such an impact, it can tell you how much has been stolen. Because 4 billion naira is what the president has approved, President Buhari has approved. And you can see the impact. Boko Haram is in disarray, they're on the back foot, and the impact is felt. The Chief of Air Force yesterday was talking about logistics. That is happening already. So there's no question about the fact that efficiency, logistics, deployment, and funding, proper use of funding, value for money, due process is leading to different results.
All right, just a moment. We'll take another moment. And Mr. Rewane will be talking to us on, furthermore, on the issues of the figures, because we'll make comparison with other countries and what they've been able to get. Can we get the same or even more? That's going to be after this break. Join us again.